Good morning. Blessings, everybody. Just make sure the feed is smooth. 1 second here. Because this. Okay, it's not load. I'm in my own ads. Okay, good morning, everybody. Let me just go through the chat real quick. Some of you here are early. Blessings, Psalms 146. I got your email, so thanks for that information. Blessings, 93 Stang. Oh, good to see you, Canadian. Blessings to you, Carbon Q. Let me scroll on down. Hey, blessings, Angela's Canvas Gardening. Well, they're both. You're gardening and Canvas Delights. Hey, Fifi. Blessings to you. I'm seeing a lag. I'm clicking on Fifi's comment, but it's not up. Okay, it's a lag. Blessings to you, Broke Farmer. And okay, I think I got everybody. Okay. I hope everyone's doing well, feeling okay. Spring is definitely in the air. Thank God. Winter is sometimes rough and it drags out and it's just too much sometimes. And for those who are new here, thanks for joining in. If you don't know, you can type #urban if you want to drop your link throughout the chat, connect with people, connect with other channels and see if you want to check them out and vice versa. So you just type #urban in the chat. Saturdays, for those who are new and those in the bushes, we talk about different topics, not always gardening. So it's not always going to be the same thing, or we talk about many different topics in the chat. Next week, I'm probably going to talk some more about the Black history and some other articles that came on my feed this week that are actually quite concerning. So I'm going to go through those ones a bit more in depth before we talk about it next week. So just to be aware, next week might be some heavy conversation. I don't know if you probably heard, but I didn't like what I heard, what's going on in Jackson, Mississippi. So we'll talk about that. Hey, TLC, good to see you. Blessings. We'll talk about that next week. Oh, he's cooking his breakfast. Yeah. So we'll talk about that next week. But there's some stuff going on that is strange. I find it very strange that that's even happening. But next week, keep your eyes peeled for that, and we'll talk about it. Check out the articles and check the news because they are talking about it. But I don't think they're making it clear the effects of some of these decisions that are going through the legislature, whatever, however you say it. 1 second. Oh, blessings to you, Donna Divine Prepping. And okay, no problem. So, and we also want to give a shout out. I was watching Angela's video, even though she abandoned her garden for 2 weeks. I watched her latest live, but we need to give the new gardeners a shout out because they came into this community. I don't think they've ever had, some of them have ever dropped a seed before in their life, ever had a garden. She came in as Angela's Canvas Delights and then was in a lot of the gardening chats and community. And she now has a garden. Blessings, Black Guns and Gardens. She now has her own garden, and she started another channel to document the gardening stuff on Angela's Gardening Delights. But we need to give her a shout out and other new gardeners because she went and did it. She got the stuff. She planted a garden. She's learning and she's figuring it out. She's got a tree. Somebody sent her a pear tree. But let's give people, some encouragement and shout them out. So she's doing a good job. She's not just talking and trying to like keep talking. She's actually took action and she's growing some of her own food. I can't wait until she tastes it and tells us how it tasted compared to what she's bought in the store. But look out for that. So a shout out to Angela's Gardening Delights for really, taking the step and growing your own food. And from what you'll see with her, it's not as hard as people make it sound. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. But Angela was funny because she took all the advice because there's so much advice in the community, and she like literally had soil testing kits and all the serious stuff. I just went and threw some seeds down and figured it out, and whatever. I ain't paying for nothing. So shout out to Angela. Let me drop the link now before I forget. I'll drop it periodically. 1 second here, and then we'll just chit chat for a bit. I got some things to get done today, so definitely want to get that done today. Hey, Lashes, blessings to you. Okay, so that's the link's been dropped. Okay, I'm just watching on my phone. Sorry, guys, I gotta watch on my phone because sometimes this thing is not giving me the new comments fast enough. Okay, so how's everybody doing this great morning? Are you feeling better? It's February is pretty much almost finished. And I can see that the daylight hours over here are getting longer. The sun's rising a little earlier and it's setting a little later, which is fantastic because I would leave work 4:35 p.m. and literally it was dark night. You weren't getting any sun. So I'm really happy to just have some sun. I can see the snow melting. I can see things, coming along, and I'm ready to start planting outdoors. I made a mistake last fall. Well, not a mistake. I like to clean up my garden in the fall. I didn't clean it up. Well, that's not really true. I did clean up all the pots, but I didn't clean up the flower beds and some other stuff. So I'm going to have to do a cleanup. So I don't know what you guys do. Do you guys clean up everything in the fall, or do you guys just kind of leave it for the spring? Because I don't like cleaning up in the spring. I like planting in the spring. When you have to go and clean up, it just makes things more stressful, I find. So my veranda I have to clean up because I was gonna eat cabbages all winter long, so I thought, and the freeze in December, that was it. So it smells like wet cabbage. If you don't know what that smells like, trust me, you don't want to smell it. It smells ugh. Hey Cassandra, good to see you. It doesn't smell good. It just is not nice. So I'm gonna have to clean up over there. And if you guys haven't seen my short, I did a short update for the WIG showing my lettuce with Bujabantan in the background. And that lettuce is really taking off. A little. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Somebody said do a little bit of work every day and it's not so much of a burden, but I do like the fall cleanup. So right before winter, like, it's getting cold, but just do the cleanup, mince all the leaves, all the plants, the tomato plants, and I use them as compost in the beds. So I should have done a better job, but I did what I could, and I put them to rotten in the beds to give the nutrients back into the soil. When you do it in the spring, like I'm not going to put old cabbage in the beds. I probably could and bury it. Maybe I might, because I have a couple of beds that are empty. We'll see. I clean both in the fall and the spring. Um, it's delayed, sorry. And then more intense cleaning in the spring. That way I won't be exactly. You have to stagger it. Oh, it's raining there every day, Lashes. I shouldn't say that because God gives the rain. But when it's always rainy and soggy, it makes it difficult. Let me see here. In the fall, I pull up the tomato vines just to avoid the dead leaves from getting that too. Exactly. There's tips on when you clean up. The dead leaves may cause diseases, and anything that was diseased, I throw them out into the yard waste that goes to the city. I don't put them in my garden. I'm getting a bit better at that, but I'm sure there's things that I put in the compost that I shouldn't. But you do the best that you can. Canadian is saying with lettuce being $5 a head and short in supply, if you grow your own, yes, you have to grow. Well, I think you have to because lettuce is about $5 a pop right now. I think in Toronto. Let me check my Flip app for the. Hey, Miss AKA, I think I just saw you there. Give me a second here. I'm looking. I'm looking at the Flip app where you can find coupons and stuff in your local community. So let me put romaine lettuce just for the hell of it. So romaine lettuce at Wally World. A pack of 3, and you know the pack of 3 is not like how it used to be. It's very small. Is $4 Canadian. 3 romaines is really one head of lettuce, and then iceberg lettuce is $2.50. If you want the organic romaine lettuce, pack of 3 is $8. The only thing that we have here, if you buy a club size romaine, a pack of 6 romaine is $8 at the Real Canadian Superstore. I don't know what stores you have in Ottawa. Um, I haven't been there in a long time, like years. So I'm not sure if you have Real Canadian Superstore. But yeah, lettuce is not cheap. It's becoming increasingly expensive, and lettuce doesn't last long. It's not going to feed a family of 4. It's like a side dish, a healthy salad. So I recommend. Oh, the smell's going to attract. Do raccoons like cabbage? I haven't seen her or heard her around. I think because I blocked the deck off, it will be she'll be less. But I am one of the things I'm working on. I should be getting a camera set up this year, this spring. So before Mother's Day for sure. So before, May, I will have cameras set up. So in the back, I should be able to see when I pull the footage up if what animals have been coming in at night. In the daytime, I know it's the groundhog and I know it's the squirrels. Sometimes there's some cats. And that too, Lasha's good point. There's a lot of recalls on lettuce. And as I said to you guys before, let me have a sip. I'm not overly concerned about every recall because, if you wash your greens with the proper washing techniques and vinegar and baking soda and or hydrogen peroxide, like you washing your greens properly. Hey, Bougie, I don't know if I greeted you. Good to see you. If you wash your greens properly and thoroughly, I'm not overly concerned about recalls, but recalls are concerning. Hey, I'm JD Forever and wrinkled up brown yucky lettuce. That too. So the quality of the produce is not as good. I went to the store, I can't remember what day, maybe Thursday night, Wednesday night. And again, the clearance section was crappy stuff. How can you sell something that's brown and withered up and you want money for it? That should have just been free. Hey, D-Mood. Hey, Vision. Did I miss anybody? Liz B, I see you there. If I miss you guys, it's because I genuinely didn't see you. Sometimes you're looking down and it just passes you by. But lettuce, I'm growing lettuce hydroponically this year. This is my first year doing hydroponics. I love it. I've told you guys for the last 3 weeks, I love it. I think some of you who've been doing hydroponics for a long time. And yeah, same with Psalms 146. You can buy a kit, but if you're handy, some of you guys are very handy, you can make your own kit. You just have a 3-inch or a 2-inch drill saw and you get the net cups and you can do your own, and you can buy hydroponically grown lettuce from the grocery store like I tried to do, but I kind of messed it up, and put it in a cracky kit and just keep growing it yourself. You don't have to just buy the lettuce from the store and then just use it. You can put it in water and keep it going, and then do the cut and come again method. In this stage in the game, guys, really, really, I say it all the time and I can't stop saying it. It's very important that you grow some of your own food. Some of us are involved in discussions and conversations and doing scenarios and preparing for SHTF. And then somebody else in the group will take care of the gardening and you'll take care of, something else. We can't wait for that to happen. We got to be growing our own food now. The prices are too expensive. It's just too expensive. The quality of the food is not even nutritious. That's a whole other conversation. And you all already know that the quality of the food, there's not much nutrients in it. You're not really getting anything. So you really need to sit down and think of what you can grow and what you can manage. I know we're all in different situations. Some of you don't even have a backyard, but I'm doing hydroponics right in the corner of my living room right here looking at it, and it's not noisy. It's not taking up a lot of space, and I can't wait to start harvesting. And if you're looking for a sturdy green that's like lettuce, I've been growing endive, and the endive seems to be really good in hydroponics. It's very robust and sturdy. It's not flomping over. Check the short that I did yesterday to see where it's at after 30 days. And I have done some succession planting. So I planted some other seeds. And so I'm going to have a succession of lettuce, endive. I have some bok choy going, some pak choy, two different kinds. And I'm going to start doing the radishes because somebody told me I can do radishes in hydroponics. I didn't realize that, but I'm going to be doing, because my radishes, as you all know, well, if some of you know, did not radish last year. TLC said she pulled up everything and left it to mulch. Exactly, that's what I wanted to do, but you know what? I'm not gonna, be down on myself, but sometimes you just can't get it all done, and you have to just let some things go. And cleaning up was one of those things. This year, last night, we were on Gina's live. Oh no, Canadian, the raccoons are not asleep. I have there's another video that reminds me of obese Denise that was recorded in January. It was in a short format. I will release that video this week sometime. She is not asleep. She is out and about in my garden, under my deck. She was like trying to move in. I don't know what she's doing, but she wasn't asleep. She was loud and making a lot of noise. So maybe something's going on in the environment, which is not surprising, where animals are just not getting enough food, or I don't know what's going on, or she didn't get enough food to hibernate. I don't know the science of it, but she wasn't sleeping. She was making pure noise. But I really suggest growing your own food. There are a lot, if you can afford it, there are a lot of kits on Amazon. There are some fancier kits that I'm seeing. I'm blaming G Mama Grows for her Click and Grow. I saw her unit and it's so cute that I want one. I didn't click on it yet, but they have now emailed me and saying that you can pay as you go with pay something. If it was not, let me look at it. They have a firm, which is a payment plan, but they sent me an email saying no stress, garden now, pay later. Oh, after pay. So they're emailing me now because I didn't I didn't purchase, but I am going to spend some money on an expensive unit. Not because I need the expensive unit, but there's really no point, I'm finding, which is kind of a sidebar, of keeping all my money, just keeping it for a rainy day. Because at any given point, we don't know what's going to happen with the economy, with actual money, with the value of money, and all these other things that we have to be concerned about. I'm not really going to sit down and keep the money just there. I'm going to spend the money on things that I actually need and slightly kind of want. I'm not going to keep the money just, hey, Virginia Bushcrafter, I see you there. And anybody I miss, good morning. Those in the bushes, good morning. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. So that's what I'm working on now. So if I don't get the Click and Grow, there's a tower garden that I like. It's also pretty pricey, but I'm really loving this indoor growing. Now, when it comes to gnats, there are a bit of gnats still in my growing area as a result of the pineapple that I was trying to grow that got infested. So I've come to the conclusion, again, I don't want soil in my house, so that's been almost removed. Any house plants that I already had are still going to be here. But what I did notice was that a lot of the plants that I lost, like the pineapple, the calamandan orange, the even some of the ginger, they're killing my plants. They're killing the roots. It's not just even about the infestation. They're destroying my plants because my pineapple was fine. I wasn't overwatering. I was letting it, do its thing. And it literally rotted in the container. Oh, Broke Farmers planting seeds. That reminds me, Broke Farmer, before I finish, I'll remind you of something. But it's destroying my plants. So going forward, the gingers in my house, there are a lot of gnats on the sticky traps. I had to put some more spray down, some diatomaceous earth down, and some mosquito bits. Mosquito bits on YouTube seem to be the thing that works for everybody the most. And they keep watering their plants with mosquito bits, which kills the eggs and the larva. And it's helpful to get rid of gnats with the sticky traps. I've watched 3 videos, and those were the ones that said those were the best products to use. So I put some mosquito bits, the crumbs, in the water of my hydroponics units because there were gnats just on the leaves of the lettuce, and I killed them. But yeah. Now, Broke Farmer, I played a video last night for David Corey, the evidence for the court case. And when I went back, I didn't go back far enough in the video, and he did call out your name. He called out GE. He called out some other people, but he said Broke. So he did call your name out in that video. So he said, "You want the smoke? You want the smoke?" So yes, he did call out your name specifically in the chat. No problem, Psalms. You got to feed your child. No problem. So I am not putting soil in my house. A lot of people were saying under my not a lot, maybe one person, under my hydroponics video, they're going to plant in soil. I'm not saying not to plant in soil. People seem to think that because you're doing hydroponics, you don't plant in soil. That's not true. I plant in soil, but I'm in a cold climate. I'm in Toronto. I'm in Ontario. I can't plant outside right now. I don't have a greenhouse. I don't buy lettuce anymore after I hear what goes on overseas. Exactly. There's not just the lettuce. So we need to, like I said it a million times. I'm going to keep saying it, and I hope you guys are saying it to your friends and your family. Grow your own greens. Lettuce, mustard greens, spinach, endive. They're easy to grow. Grow it yourself. Get a hydroponics, get a 5-gallon bucket and get the hole and the net cup for the big things. Grow your tomatoes. You can grow peppers indoors. If you have a separate area to grow that's not in your house and you don't mind putting soil, by all means, grow in soil. I know that I don't want to have to be fighting gnats. I don't want to be sitting here on a live talking to you and flashing gnats from in front of my face and worrying about it going into my food. Like, to me, it's not worth it. But I, by no means, I'm saying forget soil. I'm just saying forget soil inside your house. That's a difference. I think someone said hi to Hey, Yaya. If anybody here has ever had any serious health issues, maybe even the big cancer word and other sicknesses, you know how important it is to have high quality food. I don't know why my nose is itchy. Usually when your nose is itchy, that means, I don't know, it means something. Maybe someone's going to be coming over. I don't know, all these superstitions. Anyways, you should be very involved in your food and what's in your food and where it comes from. Let me see what TLC is saying. That was what I did. Buy the living lettuce and have gotten a few harvests so far. Exactly. You don't have to start from seed. You can buy an organic living lettuce, put it in the cracky method. If you don't know what that is, just look online. Put it in the cracky method, and you can just harvest, cut and come again, pull off the leaves. You don't have to start with an expensive kit, but the kits have been on sale a lot. Again, Erica My Fly Family posts coupons on her community tab. Erica space My Fly, Erica with a K, My Fly Family. Check out her channel. Check out her posts. She's going to keep posting those things because there's always somebody who's looking for maybe a hydroponics kit or something of that sort. Please take the time to grow your own food. There's several factors, and this is not a fear-mongering. I'm not a fear-mongering. I'm a realist. The quality of the food, number 1. The nutritional factor, number 2. The type of food that the scientists can easily alter and manipulate. And lettuce and spinach are on the top of the list to alter and manipulate. I'll leave it at that. You need to read between the lines. Those are the easiest, well, some, not the only one, but of the easiest things to manipulate. So you need to start taking this into account. And it's probably already been manipulated. And GMO, I'm not talking about GMO. Batting together with good neighbors is always a wise thing for sure. But get your own. What's the saying? Mother has and father has, but God bless the child that has their own. You need to make sure you have your own. And it's not just having your own, it's having the knowledge base on how to grow in your own zone, in your own climate, and also grow indoors. Because I can't grow outdoors this time of year. Does that mean I can't get fresh food? Not anymore. In this day and age, there's modern ways to grow food. I saw your raccoon under the tarps. Oh, you and that's an old video. I have a newer one that I will drop. Hey, random JL, I'll drop it. So you're saying, wow, that's rare. Maybe because she got disturbed because you're. Yes, I do. Well, she came back here in the summer because somebody actually dropped her off. Don't get me back on that story, but somebody dropped off the raccoon, released the trap, and let her out. And so something happened. I don't know who would do that, but somebody did that. And yes. And again, for those who are new, type #urban to drop your link if you want to. You can also type in weather, the city and the state, and it will tell you the weather in Celsius and Fahrenheit for that area. Okay? But yeah, something disturb and we have to take a stock on what's happening in nature. That is a good point. You know about raccoons, and that's strange. So what caused it? Because now she's not nesting, she's not hibernating, she's causing me a lot of problems. She's a lot of problems. So now she said, now I have the place full of skids to block it off. I am getting the camera soon, and I have to get some work done at the back. So we'll see. Also, there's some animals that are going to be coming here to live in April. A family is going to be coming here that I ordered. So they'll be here in April. You all know what it is, but I'm not going to really say because I don't want people to come and complain and get me in trouble like these people on YouTube be complaining and they find out where you are and can call the city on you. And they'll be coming here to live. And I've been finding a lot of inventive ways to make things stretch, to make things. Yes, you exactly. He called your name, sir, to make things stretch. So I talked last week about chickens and the project that they had in Belgium. And I noticed in my feed today that in the States, all of the hatcheries are booked out. Like all the feed stores, the chicks, like people are ordering them left, right, and center. And as a way to counter the expensive costs of eggs. Now, I don't know much about chickens. I've never had them yet, but I don't think it's cheaper eggs. I think you're going to be probably, it can be maybe more expensive, but at least you it's a fake background, Canadian virtual background. You'll see it around the community, the same background. But I lost my train of thought. Anyways, it'll come back to me. But it's important to grow your own food is what I was saying, but I think I got that sidetracked. But anyways, I'll find that point again. So I experimented with mini greenhouses this winter. I have 2 cabbages that have survived. Broccoli died after freezing. The cabbages are very resilient, but I find the ones that formed a head froze the worst and damaged the worst. And the frost killed it, not the cold. What do you mean? What's the difference? The cold air didn't really kill the my brassicas. It was like the wet, freezing rain and letting the water get onto it and freeze. That's what destroyed the plant. So if I can get a mini greenhouse, same thing to kind of cover it, and I should have harvested it earlier and put them in a cold room, then it would have been better. I think so. Yeah, if your nose itch, it means you're going to get money. And somebody says when a certain hand itches, you'll get money. If it's a certain hand, you're going to have to spend money. And then if you're something about your foot, if certain foot's itchy, that means you're going to travel somewhere, like go on a trip. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna get money. But something's just itching my nose. Hey, the Bud Files. So I recommend hydroponics. I'll go back to that. Um, but I do grow in soil, and I do think soil is important. Soil health is important, and I believe that gives you a better quality of crops. And from what Mike Chaotic has said, the crops taste different than when they're in hydroponics versus the soil. The hot peppers are hotter, and the Swiss chard was more bitter. There's a difference in the taste and the flavoring, so that is a factor. But when you have no choice and you're like, it's either the store or nothing at all, I'll do hydroponics. Now it's going to get to a point where I'm going to maybe invest in some kind of outdoor greenhouse, find a way to kind of heat it when needed for cheap, or use some kind of thermal energy or something that will help me spend less on energy. But that's the next goal. So, oh yeah, I'll talk about the cluck clucks. So, some people have chickens and they think it's going to be cheaper eggs. It's not going to be cheaper. But what you get from chickens is not just eggs. So the project in Belgium, the government gave families some chickens, the ones that wanted it. And they found that the people who had chickens, there was tons and tons less waste going to the landfill because you're giving your chickens the kitchen scraps. If you're not giving your livestock kitchen scraps, you might need to consider that, because if you're eating a healthy diet and vegetables and fruits, then they can eat those things, and that's going to give you better compost. Chickens eat the bugs in your yard. You can have them forage, not in your actual garden though, but forage around, and they'll eat the bugs. So some of those things that you're struggling with, you won't need to have sprays and chemicals or whatever. You can just have the chickens eating the bugs. They give you compost. It lessens your load on the environment with the landfill, and they give you eggs. And if you want to retire them at a certain age, if they're not giving you eggs and you don't want them as a pet, you can send them to freezer camp if you choose to do that. That's totally up to you. Um, that's just the way it is. Not looking forward to requesting a permit for a greenhouse. Yeah, that's not permits are not always a good experience. It's a lot of red tape, but it's worth it because nobody can complain on you. Because when they can complain on you, and neighbors will do that, and then you have to go through even more red tape because you didn't follow the rules in the first place. That's a problem. Yep, carbon's in the bushes. So, and I'm behind in the chat. Let me just scroll down and skip to get more caught up. Yep, I cut back on portions. And for those of you who don't know, I'll touch on this again. I'm off of meat for a while. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with the blood pressure. But what did Lashes mention to me this week? She's like, "Is your machine working properly?" And I'm like, because it didn't make any sense, which I kept saying, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I removed so much things just to do a cleanse and figure out what the problem is, that you'd think the numbers would have budged by now. So I took my readings somewhere else at the parents' house on my mom's old machine, and the number was very good. It was like much improved. Came back that evening to check it on my machine, and my number was through the roof. So I really think, hey Jova, I really think my machine is faulty. I plugged it out, plugged it back in, still the same thing. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to email the company is Omron. They make most of the machines. I'm gonna email them because something's not right with the machine. Because the same day I took the readings on two different machines, their machine had a better number. My machine was horrible. So I think that's part of the problem. My machine is faulty. It's giving me a number that's really, the number was so different that it's like, is this the same body? Is this the same person? Any doctor would say this can't be the same person's reading. It was two different things. One was way off into go to the hospital mode, and one was in a very normal range. Hey, Renaissance Grandma. So I'm still working on that, but it seems to be that the machine is something's wrong with my machine. So I'm going to take my machine over to my parents' house and get somebody to put the strap, because it's hard to put the strap on by yourself. And mine is not as easy as theirs. So that could be the problem. I'm going to have them put the strap on my arm and see if the reading is any different. And then 10 minutes later, use their machine and see if the numbers, the same or way off. Canadian is saying, these homes nowadays with postage stamp backyards makes it difficult to grow your own vegetables or a place for kids to play. I think it's on purpose. I don't think it was on purpose to stop people from growing food, because I think growing food became a fad that wasn't as popular. I grew up in a community that had a lot of Italian people, Jamaican people, and like European, like a couple of Greek families, people from Malta. So that European we and Jamaicans and even some Trinidadians always had a garden. That was me coming up. By the time I got to a certain age, people weren't gardening. The older people were very senior and didn't have good health, and or maybe couldn't do it anymore. Their kids certainly weren't gardening. I wasn't gardening. And now there's a resurgence of gardening. So they made the houses, hey Shar, with smaller backyards. Plus, they're trying to pack more houses into the community to get more money. The developers wanted more money, so they gave you smaller yards. If you're in an older community over here in Ontario, the backyards are huge. So that's why I chose to buy a resale home and not a brand new house. A brand new house, I wouldn't have the backyard that I have now. That's for sure. Hey, Unicorn Lady Tech. I don't know if I greeted you already. So, but for sure, I know people with tiny backyards, and they have grown a lot of food because they've done vertical gardens, vertical planters. They've put eaves trough and made like their own hydroponics outdoors. They've done a lot, so you can do a lot, but it's very, you have to put a lot of thought and work into it to make the space work. And then you're right, where your kids gonna play. So if you're near a local park, you can go to the park with them, but it's challenging. I bought two. Hold on, I'm gonna read. She said, one second here, I'm trying to put it up. It's still okay. I bought two mini greenhouses, one for $30 from Menards, one for $9 from Aldi's. Look on website to see if they have any more. Yeah, for you guys in the States for sure. I don't have those here, but I've heard about them. Good morning. Make this go viral. I thank God that it was only, oh Lord, this a faulty. Well, no, the pressure was high, because when I went to the doctor, it was high. But all that I've been doing to get it normalized, it made it seem like nothing was working. But what I am doing is working. It is getting better, but the machine's not showing it. The machine won't let me be great. So because the one of the doctor takes your reading 3 times and averages it out. So it was high, but it is going down. That's all I'm saying. And TLC is saying it depends where you live. In my city, there are set sizes for the lots, and it has been that basic size lots for the average homes for 100 plus years. Yeah, it depends on the urban planning of your city, because they have a master plan, and that's how it is. But you are right. The newer homes, the backyards are smaller. If you want a big yard and a big house, you're paying top dollar over here, and a lot of people can't afford that. You would need a lot of people who have bought big homes in my area that I know of personally haven't done it with just 2 people. They had to come together with 3 and 4 adults, working adults, to afford the house. So a lot of married couples are getting, their aged parents to come in and come together and buy one big house, and they all live together as a multi-generational home. But people aren't able to afford that big house like they used to. Things have changed. 93 Stang is saying something. There's a greenhouse program that the government has They'll give you the greenhouse and you just have to put it together. It's a big greenhouse. Yes, I think it's called like a high tunnel in those cases if it's that big. But yeah, there's programs. A lot of the big YouTube channels have talked about the program, and they got it from the government program, and they got subsidized, and they had to pay the difference, which was a couple of $1,000s in some cases. And there's some rules you have to follow, but some of you can get that done now. Like, get those things now, not later when they're going to cancel the program. I'm going to check in Canada if we have any programs like that. I'm not sure for residential areas, maybe for more farmers, but you're not going to know until you check it out. And don't listen to anybody else saying, oh, you can't. Just check it out. There are a lot of programs, a lot of subsidies that they give you to promote things, and it may not be promoted. You have to seek them out. And I saw somebody talking about the prices of food. As we all know, inflation's a thing. The food has gone up. I've always been a price matcher. So in Ontario, we have a points program. I've never had this points program. It was used before. It's called a scene card. And we used to use it. My ex used to use it because when we went to go to the movie theater, you would tap your card and get points, and then you could get free movies to go see a free movie. They expanded the program now, and it's linked to one of the grocery stores called Freshco over here. And if you have a scene card, you get special prices on the groceries. So if they're having a special, like this week they had a special on avocados. For scene members, it's $1.99. For non-members, it's $2.99 just for being a member. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a scene card. But because I price matched the avocados with Walmart's, I got it for $1.88. And she was like looking at me like, are you sure you don't want to price match the avocados? I'm like, what's this girl talking about? Then I realized she goes, the Walmart has a sale on avocados. You might want to check the app for avocados. And then I checked. I'm like, thank you. I wasn't even cluing in. I was like, I want to get home, get me out of here. And she's trying to like, hello, girl. Like, I'm trying to help you. So I'm price matching with an app. Over here, I use the Flip app. And you click on the items. And each store price matches with other certain stores. So you have to know. But I got Pine Sol on sale for $4.99, but I got it for $3.99 because Wally World had it for cheaper. I got my avocados cheaper. I got a couple of pineapples. I price match. Like, there's ways to save money. Just be inventive and find those ways. Yeah, I'm telling you, Shar. I know you use. Yep, you. I think you got me into Flip, and I go there and I pick a line that's not too long and not too short because you don't want to have people waiting for you to price match. I put all the price match stuff at the end of the groceries, and I tell her I want to price match these ones at the bottom. She does all the other ones. Like, okay, boom, boom. And I have my coupons like boom right there ready. And for her to price match. And that saved me a lot of money over the last several months. But anyways, the government gives you nothing. Taxpayers do. The government owns nothing. We as taxpayers do a lot of people. A lot. Forget that. That's true. But I think I lost the second half. Um, and yeah, the government doesn't give us nothing. They okay, I see what you're saying. Like, we've already paid for it. Yeah, you're right. We've already paid for it in some form or fashion. But hey, Gina, I think I didn't see you, but somebody said hi to you, and I don't think I saw you earlier. But I see someone saying hi to you. So hey, Gina. But yeah, I see what you're saying. But if you can get a greenhouse because you qualify, then get the greenhouse. Get it, because if you're going to use it to grow food and you're going to make it useful, make it useful. Don't worry about what other people are saying and doing. You worry about you. Okay, yeah. I got it now. I got it. I just had to read it again and then get what you're saying. But yeah, we don't get anything. They don't give us nothing. We've already paid for it. But if you can qualify, we've used the government programmings here for even when we upgraded the furnace, an energy efficient furnace, an energy efficient water heater. We had the home assessed for green energy, whatever it was going on at that time. We paid for stuff. We got the rebate back. And basically, what we spent on the furnace, the water heater, and something else was minimal compared to just buying it out of pocket. So it did have a benefit. So look up the programs for your government and see what you qualify for, because you might be pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. And let me drop the link again because I'm just I have no problem talking for the whole time. But I'll drop it again for those who want to pop up. And TLC saying, hold on here. Some of our local groceries have discount days for seniors. Oh yeah, we love that over here. Wondering if they would question that Buckeye card since it doesn't have a photo, just my mom's name. Listen here, you try. You try. As long as you're not a person that feels easily embarrassed or feels shame, just go over and get it. I used to take my dad shopping with me, not because he needed to go shopping, because I wanted the senior discount. So I called it Bring a Senior Shopping Day. It was Senior's Day, but I called it Bring a Senior Day because all the people would just, you see them with a senior. Hey Lydia, I didn't even know you've been in the, I called it Bring a Senior Day because all the people would just, you see them with a senior. Hey Lydia, I didn't even know you've been in the, I called it Bring a Senior Day. All the people, you see them with a senior. Hey Lydia, I didn't even know you were. I don't know how to make this. I think it stopped now. I don't hear the echo.
I had to turn the volume down.
Okay, you're good. Yeah.
I didn't know how to tell it to stop because I'm in here.
Oh, are you dropping your seeds? Are you dropping your seeds? Oh no, you're having your hot drink. I thought that was your seed cup for your herbs.
Part 2 of that part. Yes, I am dropping my seeds.
All right, girl. Let's get it. If you want those goats, if you want that goat money, you better drop them seeds.
I'm not gonna get the goat money because you're a moderator over there.
No, I'm not a moderator over there.
Well, I'm not gonna get the goat money because of the moderators over there.
Oh, because of them, but it was not me. I'm not a moderator over there. But
Good morning. Good morning,
Lydia.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm very good today. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you. Beautiful chat. Hello. How are you, everybody? Everybody in the room.
Broke is saying Bonnie's herbs plan side eye, giving you a side eye.
Now, I actually made a little mistake, but I don't want to tell you about it on your live because David's probably going to listen and hear it and use it against me this whole year. So I'm not bringing it up.
Well, from what David said, people don't go into the middle of the live. They watch the beginning and the end. That's the trick he told me because he was trash talking me, but I watched it and I heard him. So then he goes, "Oh, you watched it?" I go, "Yeah, I caught you. I watched the middle of the live where you were saying all the crap and then thought I would miss it, but I didn't miss it."
I didn't miss none of it.
He wasn't really trashing. You know, David, he just says the usual stuff. He'll tell you to your face.
People think people don't watch the whole live. Oh, we do. That's how I've caught some of the weirdest conversations or some of the most drama-filled conversations in the middle of those lives at the end. Where
you're right.
It got shut down for a good reason. And those videos are no longer available because I would rat them out. Like, and they were like, and people would say, "How you find this?" I'm like, I just was listening.
You were just listening. Exactly. I was just like, but he's right. I don't always go back and watch a whole 2-hour live. If I'm in it, then I'm there, but I'm not going to go back and watch it because it's just, too much. And then watching people's current lives, it was too much. But
it is too much. But I'm going to just go ahead and be honest. I have 3 lives. 4 lives I will replay regardless. I don't know if I'm doing it to be nosy or I'm doing it because I want to support them or I'm doing it because
or a bit of both.
or all of it. I don't know why I don't know why I do it. It gets addictive. But I could be doing something else. I really could.
You're right.
I
There's some
really
people
could.
I'm nosy with, but I'm like, I can't be bothered. Like,
Sometimes I be
whatever.
nosy.
Yeah. Because
African Dreaming, they have the most unique people up there I've never seen. So I have to see who these people are, and I love interviews. I love interviews.
yeah, I know you
That's,
do. You said that. Yeah.
that's my passion. I really, 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 really miss it. I really do, and I love it. I love just watching all the videos and finding out stuff people probably didn't even catch. David, you could tell David don't look at our old videos, boy. He'd be surprised. Come on, nice to see your land. This is the same land I had 3 years ago. Where you been? That man said I ain't going back and catch up on nothing.
No, he ain't going back. He ain't
And
going back.
look, that time that door fell on Planner Head. My Lydia show
I
it to
miss that. I miss.
man. I used to be sitting up in there. I've been sitting up there with Planner forever, and Planner is the same person he was from day one. And I mean, when I found him, he already had like 2,000, so over
Yeah, he had about 2,000. Yeah, I
yeah,
like Planter
he
from
had
day one.
thousands of subscribers already. But he is truly a teacher. He is truly a teacher.
He is. He's doing the thing. Like some people got salty with me. Who's not salty? Someone's always salty with me because I say I said what I said. But I'm at a
I've
point
never
where
known nobody to be salty with you, but I've heard you matter of fact several times.
yeah, but they salty because they come after him. And it's like, listen here, I said what I said. Like I'm not the person that said I said what I said. So I said to somebody or in public, like, if you're not doing it and I don't see results and I don't see you living a certain lifestyle, I'm not listening to you anymore. And they were like offended, but I can see why they're offended. But the truth is in the pudding. Yeah, you grow food. A lot of people are growing food, but I know you're not eating the food because the body is not matching what you're growing. So if you're growing 50 pounds of greens a week, who's eating them? It's not you. Well, that's not the truth. Well, my dad's never been fat day in his life. He's never been overweight. And he eats what he grows. I know we all have different bone structures, but
I'm big boned.
I'm big boned too. But there's a level of big that I'm not gonna go to. There's a maximum. So they
So
were
you
they were
can, you can eat a lot of vegetables and eat a lot of other stuff too, right?
that's what I'm saying. So they're
But
eating a lot of other stuff.
even if I ate cabbage every day, but I sneak in cake 4 times a week,
And
I
bread
would still
and
be fat.
dinner rolls and X and a Y and a Z. And it's not meat versus
Look,
non-meat.
even this, that
That's
right
full of
there.
sugar. That's what I'm saying. So I said what I said. So I'm like, I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm just saying that I'm going to be listening to people that I see are have a more holistic results because I want results. I'm not going to talk to somebody who's not going to the gym about going to the gym. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going to go to the person who's going to the gym, putting in the work about going to the gym. I'm not going to go
What,
to the one who's
what about
talking about it, who's
what about just
doing it.
supporting the person who? Oh no, I mean if just show they going to the gym, like
And the reason I said it, I didn't say it to be malicious. I said it because I was saying people are doing it for YouTube, for show, for views. That's what I was speaking on, that people are doing this just to get views and clicks. If you happen to be thick and growing food, that's your business. But I was talking about people looking for clickbait and people to get content, but they're really not doing what they're doing in real life. It's only for the channel because they're like some people who are doing it for their clickbaits.
so.
So
Yeah, that's why I would prefer to have a hundred subscribers that really support me as a person, and
correct.
not people who come along because I never pretend to be a teacher. That's
Ex-
what I'm not. I'm
exactly.
not. I may get big headed, but that's just for y'all. That's just for y'all. 'Cause that's just for y'all. I might get a little big headed, but I'm helping you out.
Exactly. So that's what I think people
But
I
then
was
then if I really do so good, I'll be like, told you. And
I
if I don't do that good, I'll be like, I told you, stop worrying about me.
It's just, so people were like, whatever. But I'm talking about that perspective. People who are doing it for for the show because they got a lot of followers. They're getting hype. They got the checks, and now they see how much money they can make. And certain videos do better than other videos, and they got caught up in the business of it. But it's not really reflecting their and that's not just for gardening. That's for any
Let's
genre.
talk about the checks a little bit. Let's talk about the checks. I got my my 1099. Let me tell you
Mhm.
about it. Hold on.
Okay,
You can't see nothing wild, can you? But I tried to put the camera low. I don't
just
want to
gonna.
be. I don't want Dave to see my feet. Like I start over here and go right here. I don't know where's that. So anyway, so I get this 1090. Well, I get this form. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is a W-2. I've never seen this before. I'm like, what is this? What is this? And then my husband like, won't you just look? It say 1099 in bold. I was like, because I was thinking, because I took 2 jobs this year.
Hmm.
Like I took 2. When I decided to go back to work, I needed to work. I needed to make money. I need to get money quick. My first day, I started at McDonald's. Many people may never go to McDonald's, but I had to make money move. I needed money, so I took the job. The same day I took the job is the same day at noon, I answered my phone at my neighbor. I found out I had COVID. I went out on break, called back in, told her I had my neighbor I've been with all weekend, have COVID. I'm gone. She said, come back with a note. I also had this other job that I'm working right now, which is not beneath me, but lower than what I'm used to working.
Hmm.
I didn't personally never want to go back to work. I personally didn't want to go back, but I had to go back. So and nobody was calling back and nobody was giving me no answers. So I took the person that called and that's why I'm at where I'm at. Which
Hmm.
I learn something every day, by the way, that I may can use in the future to barter with coming soon. So anyway, I got one check total from YouTube before, and they sent the tax a W-10 for the $153 that I've received for 2022, which I don't know when I got it, but I think I don't know when I got it. Thank you. Y'all gonna have to pay that money back. I gotta get the writing off some soil, some things. Those 1099 and these checks that you get from YouTube,
You have to claim them. Yeah, you got to claim
you
the
have
income on
to
your
claim that money.
taxes.
And you
Yeah,
you
for
you
sure.
it may look good coming in once a month, that little $50. Or I mean, I'm not a big channel, so I don't get paid every month because I'm not that type of channel that gets that amount of revenue every month. But those money come with balancing, writing off. It comes with another skill that if you're not ready for, you're gonna get knocked into a tax bracket that you ain't never seen before, and
That's correct.
you could end up owing the federal government if you don't know what you're doing. And
Correct.
the only reason why I semi know what I'm doing because I'm a landlord. I don't semi know what I'm doing. I still
And
got to
even
get.
if you semi know, you still don't know because I've been, I've had issues, not bad, but just like you owe
Oh
them
yeah,
money.
I have had
But I
issues.
don't mind owing them money because it's
I,
all in your perspective. Because I put it this way: you could do one of two things. Because when I had a second job before back in the day, you can have your second job take out more taxes to compensate for the tax bracket that you're going to be in. When you start adding up, okay, your first job, your second job, and like maybe YT and whatever else you're hustling and doing, you're going to be in a certain tax bracket. So I had my second job take out more taxes so I didn't have to pay them back. But then I realized, who am I benefiting? I'm not benefiting me because they're not giving me interest on that money. So I decided to keep all the money, put what I was told would be my taxes, put a certain amount each week into a separate account, let me get the interest, and when they came for their money, I already had their money. So it all depends on how you want to do it. But I figured I'm going to get the interest off of my money because they never pay you interest. But you have to know what you're doing. You have to claim the money. It's not like it's an under the table thing. It's YouTube asks for your tax ID number and they ask for X, Y, and Z. And then for me, I'm a foreign foreign something or other. I had to fill that foreign form to be have taxes not withheld from the US government because I'm in Canada. So there's a whole bunch of stuff you got to know what you're doing, otherwise you're in a rock and a hard place. But if you're spending all the money, I was taught from my parents, you don't spend all your money. You keep back a slush just in case, because of exactly that. When the tax man come, you already have the money. You're not scrambling for it. Hey, Nikki. Hey, Hudson. And if I miss somebody, I'm looking into writing off fruit trees for that's exactly what can you write off. And sometimes write-offs aren't always good depending on your personal situation. So you have to, as I always say, get a good accountant, not somebody in the back alley. Get somebody who's actually knows what they're doing and can give you advice on how to run your business in the future.
Right.
Because knowledge is power.
That's going to be the most important thing for us, because I mind paying, and you may not mind paying, but I mind paying 2,000, 3,000 back. And if I miss something, I've learned a lot over the last 12 years, but I worked majority of the time. So it never really bothered me, and I always made things work. And I had kids too. All the kids are gone. There's only one left now.
I was shocked when you said you're a grandmother. I'm like, what are you talking about? You liar.
Yeah, I don't run my grandkids, and I got 10. I don't run none of them. I tell you, I don't know why.
This woman's lying. I don't see one gray hair. What hair dye are you using? Because I don't see one gray hair over there.
They in there. They right there. They're right there. That's what happens when you're a baby having babies. And I was a young mother. You know what I'm saying? So I had my first child at 14 years old.
Okay.
And then I had my second child at 16 years old. And then I had my third child at 18 years old. It wasn't that I was fast. I just was talked into a lot of things. And it wasn't that I was fast. I was fertile.
You're one of those that if you cough on you get pregnant, right? You just cough on Lydia, she's pregnant.
Pray.
Just blow this.
But yeah, that's it. I was talking to a lot of things that I'm ready for. I tell you, I was going to be a cheerleader. My world was destroyed. But y'all want more on that story? I'll talk about it more in the future.
Wow, that's
it was. I was a young mother, and I'm not ashamed of it because it makes me who I am today. And I have beautiful children, and they wasn't teenage moms and dads, but they still young people.
Yeah, because you had them so young that it just stands to reason that you would be a grandmother at this stage because they grown and they're having their own families.
When my daughter was 21, 20, she had her first child. So
yeah.
There we go. And then she didn't stop. She like, I love children. Oh, well, go ahead.
Go ahead then.
Yeah. And my daughter lives off grid.
Oh, that's interesting.
She's different, she's born like that. It's in her.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, I know you talked about your grandfather in the interview with African, which was very interesting because there's some history that you didn't even know. And then it's kind of funny because exactly like the grandkids and the great grandkids come up with these characteristics that you didn't realize were part of your history. It's just that you didn't know. Like she's just doing what's in her.
Yeah.
You didn't know.
Thank you. So that was I used to hear my mom tell me all the time, because my mom, she did have what we call self-employed or a hustler, not in a bad way. My mom did several things. She sold calendars every holiday, the little planners. She sold them like clockwork. She was known for them. The Christmas candy, she was known for that. The oranges, the oranges in the box. Man, I used to have to go deliver that stuff. She sold dinners. She had selling parties. she always made money. Like we didn't never know if we were low end. We didn't know because our family lived in homes and had
Yeah.
had things that were nice cars. So you just didn't really think that you were really that poor because all your family members had these things. Even if my mom didn't have them, her family had them. So and she just always did network with them together. So I think she used to say all the time, my dad used to sell his vegetables.
That's what
And I
I'm
thought,
saying. Yeah.
yeah, she used to say it, but she never really said much. And I had to go do my own research and find cousins of hers that are still living. And then that's when I found out that in fact her father and his father owned land, a lot of land behind the airport that got ran away. They got ran out. Corporate America probably, ran them
Ugh,
out and
yep.
stole the land from them
That's
many,
what I'm
many years
saying.
ago.
I was talking about that last week, and that like there's people want to forget history, and the reason why things are still happening today is because of things that happened within the last 50 to 100 years, and they want to just gloss over it, and you can't gloss over it. You have to deal with it. But I wanted
Yeah,
to say, good story, Shar. That's an excellent praise report. She has been working on her health, and she got a report from the doctor. She no longer has diabetes and high blood pressure. How? Through exercise, eating right, and prayer.
that's
Excellent.
right.
That's what I'm
It's
working on. So it's good to hear that someone else has gotten good report.
Yeah, I haven't got a good report on my blood pressure yet. I The last time that I went to the doctor, my last two times when I went to go get an injection in my hip, my blood pressure was elevated. And I wasn't nervous that time because I just really wanted this pain to go away. And then I had to follow up at the doctor a week later and it was elevated again. So she put me back on the two blood pressures, which is hydrochlorothiazide and alodipine. So I take alodipine at night and hydrochlorothiazide in the morning. But now,
My mom was on amlodipine. Yeah, I remember that
yeah,
name.
but now, I've kind of like, okay, Lydia, the veganism didn't work. Let's eat the way you were eating. Let's get this blood pressure under control. Let's put healthy things in your body. Let's stop putting all this toxic in there, no matter if it's just a little bit. I went, I wasn't doing much wrong, but I did something different, and that pain came back. I didn't gain, but I gained 10 more pounds, and that pain came back as if it was day one. But when I went back to the, protein and healthy fats and
Mhm.
no dairy. Not supposed to have no dairy, but
Yeah, I cut out. Well, I had cheese, but sometimes you need some cheese. But yeah, I cut out dairy. I cut
yeah,
out
I
dairy.
cut out dairy. I cut out cheese. And
Hey, Erica.
good morning, everybody. I'm sorry, I can't really see the chat. I
No, no
can't,
problem.
but yeah, I noticed those things, and Gina helped me a lot. She like, what do you notice that's different? And I like, well, I ate some cheese. Oh, I started putting creamer in my coffee. And maybe that was it. So I now took that back. I monitored my blood pressure. It's back regular. Thank goodness.
Hmm.
Because that's the silent killer. That's a stroke. We could be
Oh,
stroking and
oh my goodness! Like I was reading upon that thing this week, and that's why I was been so scared. Cause I'm like, it's a silent killer, and then it could lead to stroke and kidney failure, and like there's about four things that are tied with hypertension, and I'm like, this has got to go. Okay, the dogs are whatcha? Them sleeping in.
yeah, it's the silent killer. Yeah, they
Yeah, and I'm thinking, and the one guy I watched was talking about basically it's too much mucus in your blood, and you could have blood clots, and I'm like, what? And
and
talking about blood clots after the last 3 years, that's like another. It's like, oh Lord. So I'm like, mm.
it's been stories where people had blood clots run from their leg to their heart, and I've heard it, but I didn't know. why would you get certain things like that? But those type of things, they scare me. You know, I would love to live till I'm 96. And when David said get that mucus out your body, let that cheese go, that's another thing that, you know, clicked in my head. This program that I'm on takes all those things away, and it's a reason why. And he said he can't tell you his, science, but he took a lot of that stuff from different places, and he found out that it works, and it has worked for many people because in the program I'm on, it's people who live 600-pound lives. I mean, I'm just a two pluser. It's people with
You a baby
400.
weight.
Yeah, I'm I'm a two pluser. We talking about we have people with living 600-pound lives that the program, and they eat and do exactly the way they said it worked for them. So coffee now is a treat for me. So what I do
Me
is
too. Yeah.
if I can't drink it black, I'll have it with cream once every blue moon. I'm drinking tea now.
I
I'm
was doing
drinking tea.
that as well, the cream, because like the milk is just not thick enough. I like my coffee like thicker.
No, I think I
Um
like it with sugar. I like sugar.
and I don't use sugar anymore. I use the monk fruit sweetener, or I use a bit of maple syrup. That's my little treat. But I've been using coconut milk or coconut cream to get that cream instead of using actual coffee creamer. And that's been giving me the thickness and that body that I like in my coffee, not watery and just. And I put protein powder in the coffee now with
Protein powder.
MCT. Yeah, like I use the sorry, what's it called? It's the collagen. It's like collagen from organic, grass-fed cows to help with joints and stuff. Because I was finding a couple of years ago, like my joints were really inflamed and like literally, like when I say going up the down the stairs was an issue. And I had a fall on the ice, and that just was like, ugh. But now, like with the MCT powder, which is like a coconut, for good for brain fat. That's yeah, even
Hmm.
almond. Yeah, almond. I find cashew is very thick, and you don't have to have coffee
But
cream.
this was nasty.
Try cashew. Yeah, but then I'm gonna just make my own because the ones in the store have so much thickeners. So, but the coconut cream in a can that's organic isn't too bad. I water it down with some water, and that's my coffee creamer. And I get that whisk and then spin it up and make it nice and creamy, and that's what I'm using because I hate watery. I hate it. It's like I'm not gonna drink it. It's like ugh.
I'm looking for my coffee.
Am I
Oh
eating
yeah.
garlic? Yeah, I'm eating garlic. Are you eating garlic, Bessie? Nikki's asking, are you eating garlic? It's good for blood pressure.
In my food.
Yeah, in my food, but I'm making garlic tea, and trust me and believe, man,
I
I like
have
garlic,
garlic.
but
I
I don't
have
want to
garlic
drink
honey.
it.
I
What I
have
say?
garlic. I have garlic honey.
Oh, that's good then. So you have, yeah. There's a lot of things. I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm just listening. Well, okay, no problem. She said, but that's what I'm working on. But health is wealth, and you're right. There's mucus in your body from the dairy, but not just the dairy, other things, and the inflammation. Dairy is not our friend, and we
It's
have to
not.
just find other I love me some cheese though, but I don't need milk. I do have butter, but does butter really count? I don't know if butter really counts.
Well,
Dairy, because it's kind of been
I
cut
mean,
down.
I did do keto, and I did lose 70, 80 pounds in 10 months. I
Hmm.
did. And I did keto. And that's only thing is when I stopped doing keto, I picked up, you know,
Some
almost
pounds. Yeah.
85% of the weight back.
85?
I was 274 pounds. When I saw that I was under 200 pounds, which I was like 298, I got scared and started eating bread.
I like
I was
bread
like,
though.
oh
I
no.
like bread. I'm sorry, I'll never stop eating bread. I will never stop eating. I told the lady, I said, I will never
You
stop
got
eating bread.
you don't have to stop, but you're gonna have to stop.
So I asked her for another option because I said, you cannot take bread out of my diet. I said, what am I going to eat? When you have toast, you have avocado toast. What's the avocado gonna go on? So she's like,
Sprout bread.
well,
Sprout
I said,
bread.
I said
Sprout
no.
bread.
So that's
Sprout
what.
bread.
So she said sprouted. It's like I buy the Ezekiel bread now and something else. But I said you cannot take bread out of my. I said no. Find me a solution. I need some bread. Everything in my diet revolves around some kind of bread. Avocado toast. I'll have tabbouleh on toast. I'll have a wrap with right now I'm having falafels and I'm eating bean burritos and all no meat stuff. But I gotta put it on something. And I'm not a heavy rice eater either. That's why I said I don't eat a lot of rice. I eat it maybe on Sundays with family dinner, but I don't eat rice in the week. So
Um,
I rely on
are
bread.
you now? I know you're in Canada. Are you West Indian?
Yeah, I'm Jamaican.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that 100% sure.
Mhm.
Don't make me try to speak my fake patois.
Mine's just as fake, anyways, because I'm Canadianized, so they can
Oh,
tell. Oh,
oh
you're
yeah.
from foreign. You're from foreign.
You know your
Yeah, they
people
know.
won't give you the love that you're Americanized and Canadianized. You lose all kinds of benefit. Okay.
But yeah, Erica says she loves bread, but I slow, but I've been using the sprouted bread, and it's okay. And I bought the Ezekiel flatbread that has to be bought in the freezer because it cannot stay on the shelf. It doesn't have all those preservatives.
Okay,
That's when you
35
know. That's
pounds.
when you know your bread is fresh because these bread that I bought, the flatbread, can last for 3 months on the shelf. So that ain't bread.
So, but to be honest, creamers and breads and cheese, those things are supposed to be done in moderation. And that's when they say you don't have to cut out the bread. Like
Mhm.
I don't have to stop eating bread.
Yeah,
So I get a celebration meal. It's called carb recycling. That's a thing. You look it up on YouTube or whoever. And carb recycling, like don't give your body the bread and the carbs, but then turn around and give it to them once a week is called carb recycling. Don't get me the line about all the scientific, because that's not what I'm trying to do here.
hmm
And like you said, it's hard to follow people who don't fit the bill, but yet if you follow somebody who looks, healthy to you, they could still be being fake.
of course.
I
But
could tell you,
but don't you want the
I
illusion?
could literally lie and turn on the tape, put water on my head, and make it look like I'm doing something and ain't did nothing.
But that's the
But
point. I want the illusion. I don't
that would
want.
be
I
for
want the
the check,
illusion.
right? That'd be look, that'll be for the check, right? It did turn around and pay $75 to go get that colon thing done, and also go to the thing and get the felt melted away. And I put
Yep,
on a whole facade to get numbers.
of course.
But that takes a lot of work. If you
It
just
takes
be
more
who
work to fake the funk than to be real.
if you just be who you are,
Yep.
your channel would grow because people recognize real. And people will, you don't have to, you can say what you want to say, like, yeah, you're gonna be honest, but you're only gonna speak up if it applies to you. You know. I've
But
been following
that's what I said. Someone goes, "I hit dog bark or hurt dog," whatever the quote was.
a hit
So
dog, a hit dog holler.
hollers, and I said, "So
Oh,
why are you hollering?" Because I wasn't talking to you. I was just saying in general,
and
and
it's
then the
it
people
is
let them
it
get
is
upset.
it's millions of people on this platform that fits that profile. And this garden community is not the only garden community. Y'all, this world is amazing. This
Hmm
YouTube channel is amazing. Now, I don't know about this fake background you got going on. Had me fooled for a long time till my daughter told me, Mama,
No,
that's a
I
baby.
tell people this is fake, and they keep asking me, "Oh, I
I
like your
won't
house."
listening. I didn't know no better. Babe, you get somebody up here green, they be like, "Ooh, that lady got a nice house," but why her arm keep disappearing? Oh man, I see somebody got their house the same way at your
Then you realize, hold on, are they the same house? Then you realize exactly.
when you're green to YouTube and you're green to this whole thing.
You don't
Look,
know.
looks can be deceiving. Like we used to watch the Cosby Show. I don't know what your favorite show was, but
I used
let's
to
talk
like it.
about the
Yep. I
Cosby
love
Show.
Cosby and Different World, man. I love them.
Now we know that Theo wanted this nice shirt.
Yes, remember the yes.
And which sister? Lisa, I'm gonna just say her real name. What? Lisa.
Denise Smith. Is it
Denise
Denise
promised
Smith?
that she could make this shirt. Not one time in the whole show they showed us on that sewing machine. But yet they showed that shirt didn't come out right. That's just like YouTube. We gonna just send you bits and pieces, but we gonna get you there, whether it's right or wrong. Denise tried to make that shirt, but we didn't see her put needle, no thread, no nothing. And that's exactly what YouTube is. And the only way for somebody to really see your everyday life, you would have to go live where you can't edit nothing. You can't do that, but turn the camera off, and then switch the plant to a Bonnie and come back.
That exactly. Oh, God. That's why I said, like, you know, you have to take stock that people are still probably faking the funk. But if I have a goal in mind, I don't want to see someone who's not even at the goal. And then when they get you in and say pay $9.99 to get the tips on how to get to this goal. Okay, so now you're selling me something.
I hate that. I really hate that because we all want a quick fix. I mean, we do. I'm just not willing to have surgery because I don't want to be in pain. I can't have surgery because it's going to hurt me. And I don't want to hurt none of us. I don't want to hurt. If somebody say I can make you have a body like whoever, but we're going to have to do some surgery, I'll pass. No, thank you. No, ma'am.
It depends because I know my sister had surgery because she had to get a hip replacement at a young age because of sports injuries, and you play some heavy sports and you pay for it later in life. So everyone's saying don't do it. So she didn't do it. Then finally she did it, and it's because she couldn't do it anymore. She got the injection, she got this, she got that, and then one leg was actually becoming shorter than the other. So she got the hip surgery, and then she got her life back. She had to park and like count the steps to go somewhere because each step was so painful that she had to gauge, okay, I got to sit in the car for 10 minutes so that I can have enough strength to walk into the building. And then how far is the chair in the building for me to sit down because I only have so much pain tolerance. That's how much pain she was in.
So listen, that literally just almost made me cry because yesterday I talked to Miss Felicia, and I told her I'm so much pain right now I could cry on the phone with you. I could cry because that's what makes me want to get down to a American weight of like 165. Yeah. So I'm thinking if I get down to 165, and I told Felicia, if I get down to 165 and I'm still in the same type of pain, I have to have a surgery because this is not meant to be lived like that. Now I will have a surgery to correct the pain or whatever they're going to do, put a new socket in there, whatever they need to do. I cannot literally have that throbbing pain from my leg all the way up to my back, and where it feel like I'm in labor or I'm about to come on my, my menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
It's an agony pain, and I didn't know arthritis felt like that. I didn't know because I've never been there. But my mom used to say, "Keep living. You ain't seen nothing yet." And when I'm in pain, I think about her. Oh my goodness.
The pain was unbearable.
She actually was living,
and she's like you. We couldn't tell because she's such a she didn't hold the pain. She was still like she's very pleasant and stuff. But my sister was in chronic pain. Chronic.
Yeah. I don't think mine is chronic, but I be to the point when I'm in pain. I know my husband must just don't believe me. He just don't believe me. He just be like, do it yourself. I'm hurting.
Yeah.
He'll say you won't hurt when you was on YouTube. He'll think all of a sudden I'm just making it up and I'm not.
The pain comes and goes. Sometimes she always had pain, but you build a tolerance for that level of pain. When it
Mm.
exceeds your tolerable level is when you're like, you'll see she would like, oh, like she would hear her like, oh my god, like cry out like, oh my god, it's much. And then a lot of times, we would go shopping. She had a wheelchair pass to park in the wheelchair, and people think they know what you're going through. They think because you're of a younger age, oh, you're faking it. Why are you parking there and all that kind of BS? And it's like, don't
Yeah.
come for me because I'll come for you and your mama. So
Well,
don't come over here.
until you lived, you will never know. So that would be somebody ignorant, like 18 years old, that don't know that, or been
No,
around in the
it's old
world.
people. No, it's other old people. They think that you're faking it because you're younger than them. So that why are you getting wheelchair parking? They're very judgmental. Those old people, very mean. So I would always be with her. We go shop. Like if we go to Costco, I'm the one lifting the boxes onto the trolley or whatever. And then sometimes, and then she had to get to a point where she was using the wheelchair, the free wheelchair at the stores to wheel around and do her shopping because she could not walk up and down the store anymore until she had the surgery, which is now she can walk up and down the store. But yeah, and I would have to load the stuff in the car. Like it is a lot of work for the other person because they can't do it, but they're not faking it. They're not faking it. Oh, sorry, Plan, I didn't see you. They're not faking it. It's just
Welcome,
who
in.
feels it. Who feels it knows it.
Welcome, planner. Planner. Oh snap! I feel like I'm in school now.
You feel
I
in
feel
school
like
now and
I
come to
feel like now.
quiz us on the herbs.
I feel. Good morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing? What's going on?
I'm doing very well. I'm blessed, man.
All right, that's good. That's good. Well, I was listening to the live and I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, Lydia, for seeing me from way back. And I'm still the same person, right?
Yes,
Still
you.
the same person. I haven't changed a bit. I appreciate for mentioning that. Oh, but I appreciate you as well for your live last week. I was going through your live last week, and I appreciate you.
Oh, when
You
I
know?
when I told off the people, they're not supporting you.
But it's okay because all I do, I try to help people, I try to teach, I try to show people how you could grow your food. I'm not doing anything negative, really, and
No.
it's shocking to me, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? If you
So,
don't,
Well, it was my
so
opinion. I don't know if it's true. I just thought I think that I didn't see the support for your channel, and you've been here a long time. I've been here for 5 minutes, so I and I see other people here
yeah,
for 5 minutes, and everyone's running to the 5 minutes, and then not supporting Planter. I don't
yeah.
even hear people talking, about recommending your channel and stuff. And you've been doing this. You've been growing food longer than most people, and you haven't spent a lot of money on all these products. And you're not selling nobody no products. Oh, you have to buy this, you have to buy that.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
what more do you need? He's not selling you nothing. He's not telling you nothing. You don't have making up things to buy, and I'm telling you. So I said you're not supporting him. Why? Is it because he's and I just called it out. So nobody had nothing to say. But then on the next live, I see 40 people in your live. Next live was packed to the brim. Because they
Yeah,
want the
I
prize.
think
They want the
I
prize.
think a lot of people, and this is just not coming from me.
Mhm.
I've made a few friendships on there that was honest, and people do. When you do what you love, it don't matter who sees it. Your
Of course.
people will find you eventually. Like I said, it's hundreds of garden communities. We're not the only one.
You're
Now,
right.
it's other channels out there that are bigger than us, and they got a different crowd than us. I don't know what type of crowd we are, but we roll deep. And anybody, I don't know what well, I'm gonna call us the GCF. Our GCF rolls deep, and I'm talking about at least it rolls deep with over 150 honest subscribers. And I don't know what those other subscribers offered at those channels that people keep coming back with no relationships, no nothing. And some people just want the information and go.
Mm-hmm.
Some people like, connecting. I like
Correct.
connecting with you. I've connected with you over the last year. I've connected with Planner for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've connected with Nikki for 3 years. Back when Nikki
Yep.
didn't Y'all, Nikki didn't even know how to turn on the light. You know, Nikki, all of us, we are family. You know, this is a God community family, and we're truly internet cousins. A
We
lot of
are.
people, a lot of people have already been on this platform. A lot of people came on the platform already knowing how to grow, but they really enjoy listening and learning new ideas. And I just want to piggyback on that to say, planner, that last video you did showing growing basically in a row in the containers, I decided I was going to do that this year. I
Okay.
decided I was going to do that because I don't like up pie. I don't like putting myself through a lot of work, but I do really want to grow. I really
Right.
want to grow.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if I do step by step, start with a seed pod. When it get the true leaves, then put it in soil. Then when it get thick and big, then put it in the dirt. Then water it every day. I really just want to put it in the dirt.
Right. I got you.
No, but
But
you're right.
that doesn't always work. Putting it in the dirt really doesn't always work. And I've had fails because of that. So some seeds like squash seeds and the bigger seeds, they may work by just putting them in the dirt. But those little seeds,
They need more care before
I
yeah.
gotta do a little bit more care. So I got bullied last night by David and Urban Chronicle. I'm on her channel right now, Planet.
I didn't bully you. I just called it out.
They were judging my style of motivation to get them to grow about my channel, just giving you the view of what it could possibly look like. Not once I said, look at me. They call my channel, my garden, the botanical garden. That ain't mine. I never said it was mine, but I like that you got me those views. I appreciate you. I appreciate it. They gonna get
Now
me.
let's put this in the proper because
All
Lydia's
right.
Lydia's kind of lying. Lydia submitted a video for the Herb Garden Challenge. And
Right.
the challenge was to submit a video to submit that you're going to grow your herbs. Lydia went on to Garden Network, Home and Garden Network, took some snippets that she liked and said, this is the herb submission.
I had to show people visual. People like visual. What am I gonna grow herbs? What they might say, what am I gonna grow herbs for? I need to show them seed.
She didn't show them not one pack of seed, not one of her own actual pot to say this is where I'm gonna grow them. This is gonna be the section that I grow the food. Nothing, just botanical interest and Home Garden Network. Then it's now February the 11th, and I haven't seen no seeds, no pot. No
Don't worry about
soil.
me, sweetheart. Don't worry about me.
But I see Nug and Bear. I'ma see Chicken Cluck Cluck. I'ma see Wheezy. I don't see no herb garden. Where hold on, David came and David gone. I don't see nothing. Then she's talking about fast food in the restaurant, picking up her daughter. Then she's yelling on the home crafting network, home stewards.
This is because you are a bully. Because you made me get my ish together. Like these people coming to me, they're not gonna stop me from my goat. They're not gonna keep me from my goat. You're not gonna keep me from my goat.
Planter went live on a Sunday, and I don't go online on Sundays. And something tell me to check my phone. When I check the phone, Planter's live and saying tomorrow's the deadline. Monday is the deadline. I had to go jump up and go get the seed and the water and get myself and the video recording because if it wasn't in by the Monday and not in the contest, and then Felicia and sorry, Lydia's there with her botanical interests and not in for the assignment. I said, no, star, no. Show me the seeds, show me the soil, and show me the container. The deadline has passed. I need to see something over here.
I made the deadline stating I was gonna be in it. How you seen it?
To get the video uploaded to show that we have the thing going.
Look, this is my fear. Ever since I did that video, my fear is when my garden is getting healthier, and don't pay that no mind. When my garden is getting healthy and getting ready to bloom, my fear is somebody gonna go back and take snippets of that video. And say, this is what Lydia says she's having, but this is what she got.
Oh
Hey,
man.
he got me. Number one, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you times 10,000 for getting me motivated to have a garden,
All right.
because I really was gonna just let the dogs have the whole thing. But now I got my treats. I'm walking them around, threatening them.
Okay.
Nah, this is mine. I gotta say mine. I gotta tell them it's mine. They hear mine. That's why they don't go by my chickens no more. I scared the
Mm.
living daylights out of them dogs. Them dogs, they know.
Trust me. I would have kicked them. I would have given some thumps because they keep killing your. I said, no, star. My uncle had to give his dog some thumps, so because they were killing his chickens, and it was just costing too much money.
What do Toms do to a dog?
Thump,
What is that? I
thump.
thought you said thumb.
No, thump. Give them
I know
two
what you
bucks
mean.
in them head back and make them know so you go over there again and kill another chicken. That's the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
thing you're gonna do, and then
yeah.
stop real quick.
Yeah, they don't go over there no more. They don't go
Because they're
sniffing the
killing the
gate no
chickens
more.
and they were gonna kill a goat because if they were the goat was like dangling like a rag doll and they were like put it down and they were yelling like you were put down the dog, put down the goat and it was just shaking and and then the goat had a cry for bloody murder. You know how much a goat cost to replace? It wasn't even our goat; it was the neighbor's goat.
Oh
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, not
when
the
these dogs
neighbor.
are out of control and have they have no rules, they just do whatever they want, it costs you too much money. So he had to get
Yeah.
some he had to tie him up and get some rotted lick. And he never did it again. The dog never did it again.
And
Sorry,
that,
don't come for me. Don't come for me.
Hmm. Well, we
You
don't
know
have
how it
to.
is with dogs, and if you're not careful, they'll kill people's animals, and you have to pay to replace those livestock.
yeah,
It ain't
that's
no joke.
true.
It ain't no joke.
Yeah, I can't afford to lose another hen, because even raising hens from baby, it takes 5 to 6 months. I did see a video. They said their hen laid in 2 months, but I don't know how true that is. I have to redo my
I
own
never heard of
research.
that. Chicken, I know quail does, but yeah, it costs money. And you're thinking you fed that animal to get eggs, and then now this dog is just coming with foolishness. Just it's very frustrating. So I understand. Yeah, they don't
Yeah,
listen. These dogs don't
yeah.
listen.
My dogs used to be house dogs in the very beginning, but they just was getting so big. And they take flea pills and stuff like that that's in their blood, so they don't normally, I guess, got a flea on them. But I don't. That's why I don't like them in the house. I'm scared because they be in the woods. But we take care
Do they
of
have
them.
a collar, a special collar to kill
No,
the
they take a pill. They take a
oh the
pill
pill?
once a month that costs $25 each.
I think my uncle, well, mine is in Jamaica, but my uncle would spray them with something. He sprayed his
Mm,
dogs once a
yeah.
month with something to
So
keep
we
the ticks
we
off and that stuff off.
So we bathe them once a month, and we put that, and after they dry, we rub them with diatomaceous
Tenacious
earth as
earth,
well.
yeah.
And I just do that because I learned it on YouTube. I learned all of that stuff. I put it in my chicken coop. I put it, use it for the garden. And then I said, use it for the dogs. I put it in their dog food to help digest them, because, you know, my dogs ain't going to be licking me in my face. I'm sorry for anybody that like that. But
Hey, David.
if they
Yeah,
do,
ain't no licking over here. That's
if
ugh.
they do lick me in my face, at least I ain't gonna be ill by it, because
Yeah.
I, you know, I it ain't. I don't think they say they're the cleanest things in the
So
world,
they
but
say. Listen, I'm look here. If you wouldn't put your head in the toilet bowl, I'm not putting in no dog's mouth either. Come on. Oh, they
no.
have no
If,
less
if,
germs.
if
Good.
you jump in that, if they go fishing and eat swamp rats, I don't want that. But I wait a minute. I'll eat a swamp rat if I have to.
If
Trust
you
and
have
believe.
to.
If it ever came to the day I'll have to walk and 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 just try to make it and keep walking, boy, I bless the people before me. Bless them before me. I think those type of things give me chills. To think if I'm not ready to think if this couldn't be happen again. If it happened before, it could
Oh, it
happen
will
again.
happen again.
Everything is a cycle.
Yep.
Nothing new is what? Nothing new under the
New under the
sun.
sun. That's right.
Nothing new is under the sun. So just like we have a house, we could have a tent, we could have a hut, we could have something less than this air conditioner and heat and electricity. It can be taken all away from us. It's gonna be man's fault, but
We have to
it can
we have
happen.
to be
It can
we have
happen.
to
I
be
don't I don't
comfortable
want to
with
see it.
being uncomfortable. Yeah.
I don't want to see it, but if I'm ever uncomfortable, I would, I just have to get that. I have to get healthy because I'll be like, leave me behind.
Renaissance grandma was saying I think she's what she's saying. Do you know how many people do you realize how many people have lost limbs? People limbs due to dog lickings?
Licking? What,
I
like?
think sometimes it gives you a bacteria that they can't this like people I think I saw that on the news that
Yeah,
they
see, some things are just not talked about. So if you never heard it, we don't know it. I never knew as much as I know about herbs today. I didn't know that. I didn't know about a garden. I didn't. If you don't be around the right people, you won't learn. I work at a beer and wine store. I've learned more about beer and wine than I ever knew. I never knew nothing but go get me a case of Corona.
pretty much
That's all I knew.
Heineken, right? We all know about the
Heineken,
Heineken.
Red Stripe. That's all I knew. But it goes so much further than that, and
Guinness.
it's money in it. These people not playing either.
Oh
These
no.
people, these people, and the beer game just as any game else. Beer game is serious for people.
I'm glad for both, like the herb challenge and then the WIG, because it got me growing food in the winter. Because
Right.
otherwise, it would have just been me waiting till me to start my seeds in March for the outdoor garden. This
Right.
pushed me to get food growing, and I'm gonna have a salad real soon, a salad with my own indoor crop. So I'm really glad for this
So yeah,
motivation.
yeah, the motivation also planner made me go grab my seeds and organize them, which I've done. And now I seen and something told me look on the back of the package because I always struggle with my eggplant and I want a lot of eggplant. Well, you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to start the seeds in February. Lydia.
Mhm.
And if I wasn't growing the herbs, I would have been waiting to March. So now
Right.
I have, and I'm gonna, like I said, I had already thought to grow like you, but you taught me something when you said build up the soil around the seedlings
Yes,
and
yes.
just divide them. Of course, we divide them carefully at the end anyway, but by building them up, you help with legginess. And I'm like,
Yes,
oh, that's
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
smart.
yes, you strengthen them. You strengthen them, and that's important, strengthening your seedlings. Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that method could work, and I've heard it, and I'm gonna just say where because it don't sound like you the kind of person I can't mention other people. I heard it at Diva Jones. I've always known Diva Jones to just take a pan and put her seeds all in the pan, but
Mhm.
that's all I saw. So I said I was gonna do it like that, but you took me to another step when you say build them up and as they grow. So that's a
Yes.
new tip. So this year I'm gonna be successful in all of my things. What David got? Don't show me his white
Kind of
shirt.
been trying to get you farmers to plant.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
So that
It's
includes him too, right?
yeah.
Because he's acting like it's us, it's third party, like it's just
You know,
outside people.
if you go back to my first video, second video, since I begin this channel, it's always about growing some food, learn to grow some food. Because I know how important it is, man. And it take the pandemic to get everybody growing, but at least everybody growing, and that's wonderful.
And planner,
Hey,
that soil I saw you using inside the home, is that native soil?
yeah, that is soil I walk on. That is soil I build. I don't buy soil.
I saw that. I was
Planter
amazed.
don't buy nothing. He don't even use
Nothing.
water. He barely use water. Never mind.
What do you mean?
The
Not
man was lying. I go, how are you not watering? I don't
No.
wet my plant. I hardly wet my plant.
No.
The man don't barely water his plants.
now. I do know that the water from the earth is the water that we need, but we learned that we should keep watering. I stopped all that watering, too. But then I
I
felt
cut
like
back and it worked. Planter was right. The plant stem was fine. They
Yeah.
had to work a little hard to put the roots in, and they had to, fatten up
I don't.
themselves.
So I have a family friend that has a food forest. I said, "Where your water hose at?" He was like, "I don't water nothing." I'm like, "You don't water?" He was like, "No. Why do I need to water when it rains?" I said, "But what about when it get dry?" He said, "It's never really that dry, is it? You got to
But
do
it's only
it."
dry up top. When it goes down, like when the roots go deep, like Planter said, there's water and moisture down there.
And that's what they're reaching for.
And if you have a
Exactly.
mulch on the top, the leaves, it'll keep the soil moist.
Moist,
So
exactly.
you don't have to water. So I'm like, that's what I've been doing, because I've been watering with the hose, and that's not good because chlorine.
Mhm.
So I applied it, and it worked. It does work. It's less work for me to be monitoring all these plants.
I got another question for Planter, the real grower.
All right.
Do you have holes at the bottom of that tub that you're using to start your seedlings?
The one you see, little holes, just some couple little holes.
Okay. I
to
just need
drain
to know.
out a little
I
of
needed
the
to know
water.
that. Thank you. I needed to know
For
that.
drainage, yeah, for
Yeah.
drainage.
I
Okay.
needed to know that for drainage, just
Yeah,
in case.
I do put a little hole because sometimes you need the water to come out.
Right. And also, Planter, when you put that first layer of soil, would you say it was, how deep would you say it was?
The first layer, maybe like half inch.
When you first sowed your seeds in that pot before they grow, how much dirt
Oh,
did you put?
well, you know what I do? I try to put
Soil.
at least 3 inches, at
3.
least
Okay.
3 inches of soil. So, all right. Yes, 3 inches of soil so the plant roots, because you still have time to plant them. So you want to make sure they're able to grow while they're in the
container, the
they have
roots can go
room,
down.
they have
Yeah.
soil. So I do at least 3-4 inches, no less than that. It's really help. And when you talk about the gardening and no water, no, I don't water my plants. And this is what
I
I'm
thought you were
people.
crazy when I first heard that. I thought this man is clinically insane.
Really?
This man is on medication. I said this man is on some kind of white pill and a blue pill, because
Oh,
how you have plant in Atlanta or in a hot climate and you not watering nothing?
not water, nothing.
So I said, you know what? Let me keep myself quiet. Let me just watch and learn and see, because this man is not quite right in his head. But let me just give him a chance. And him show for real.
Yeah,
He's not hardly watering his plants.
look when we didn't get rain for 3 weeks, and you never see a dry leaf on my plant. Never see a dry leaf, because the soil underneath always damp. Is the surface that's dry, not underneath.
You're correct. Hey, I'm biased. You're correct. And it's like you forget the basics, and you're reminding us of the basic, or not even the basics, the old principles that have been lost.
Yes,
Because I have been, and I'm sure Lydia and anybody else have been influenced by this, the TV shows and all these people who are planting, and they always have sprinklers, and they're always watering, and they're always throwing down some fertilizer.
I bought things to time the water, to turn the water
exactly.
on.
And you have to water your lawn, and you have to put seeds down, and all of these things. And the ancestors weren't really doing it like that.
I bought two or three of these. What else I got? And
the reason why I know that's exactly to sprinkle the sprinkler, and it's like, and it's very expensive to keep running the water.
You know how many of these I bought? Oh my goodness, I bought so many of these break. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I've bought it all. I wanted to make my life easier and easier, and it doesn't work like that.
And the reason why I know that is true because I was laughing. I'm not laughing at the person, but somebody she's in the live. She went to start her garden, and we all know who I'm talking about. And she had every product that she heard that she was supposed to buy, every product, and asking us which to use and what to use, and we're like, no, you don't need that yet. You just drop the seeds because she had so much information in her head of what she was supposed to have.
What I do?
And then it's like, and that just tells you we've been taught that we have to have all these products to grow food. All you have to do is drop the seed, and if you have a problem, then maybe you add some. But other than that, you don't need none of that. My parents didn't have any of these products. Hold on, David. He's coming up.
The honest truth, I don't even know the name of
David without the crop
because I do not pay attention to them. I don't even know the name of them.
The only thing my parents had was some kind of spray for the worms, like the BT, whatever. I didn't know about any of these products, but I thought I needed them as well. But because I'm so cheap, I said I'm not buying none of that. I'm just going to buy a bag of dirt and buy the seeds and see what happened. Only now I bought fertilizer. But then I have it there. I have Miracle Grow and I have another fertilizer, but I haven't really been using it because I see that I didn't really. The leaves were enough, and the other stuff was enough.
It's cold out here,
but I'm still going to experiment.
I'm gonna hear what David got to say. Then I'm going to drop down so I can sow my farming. I can start farming
and plant your herbs. No, because farmers waiting.
No, you was the one I wanted to talk to. I heard you say you was asking, you want to ask Planter all the real questions. You want to ask the real planter, the real gardener some questions. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay.
Urban was talking.
Okay.
Brother, actions speak louder than words, man.
No, Planter, I got you, brother. I got you, Planter. I got you, brother. I got you. Me and you safe. We safe. We safe. We on the same base. Okay, we on the same base. I'm just talking to that. I'm talking to that hater that tried to shut down Urban, like she wasn't answering the question. No, I'm talking to the real planter. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, oh my god, that was so rude.
But did you like how? Did you like how Planter came in with sarcasm that you didn't even really notice it?
Yeah, Planter he ain't like that. He ain't like me. He ain't gonna say what's really on his heart. You got me messed up.
That's not true, Star. I say what's on my heart.
I mean, I'm saying, Planter, you ain't gonna get on with him like that. Yeah, that's what I mean, Planter. That's exactly what I mean.
Hey, when Planter just said Star, he let me know who he really is.
Yeah, he's like, Star.
What up, Jay? Star? I ain't fooling with y'all.
That's really all I came on to do was show my face because I know y'all thought I was, somewhere I'm outside. That's what I'm doing.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sow my seeds right now and just.
Yeah, you might as well because it's the show been started.
The show been so you gotta catch up, Lydia.
Now I don't have to catch up because I'm gonna win.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
I got a little problem I'm scared of to put them outside, which is this weather. So I'm gonna have to take them inside so they can be lukewarm.
Okay.
Lukewarm. Because I don't know what they're gonna do out here. It didn't look nasty out here.
How's Bo and Nug this morning?
It's not Bo. His name is Zubat.
Zubair?
Zubair and Nug.
His name is Bear. She named him Bear, but I named him Zubat because he's crazy.
They're on the floor sleeping. She showed them earlier. They're on the floor sleeping.
I put them out.
Oh, you put them out?
Lydia move fast.
All right, guys, I'm gonna drop down. But
I'm gonna drop down too. But I wanted to show I've been working. I want to show.
Okay, you working, and I'm gonna close it off soon because time to go to the store.
I've been working, but I still got a lot of work
All
We
right.
all working, but that's good. I'm glad everyone's working, doing their thing.
Yeah,
Grow your
thank
food,
you,
guys.
Planner. Thank you for the Oh, y'all, look
You're
at the beautiful
welcome.
sun. Come on, Grand Rising. He's trying to
Grand
peek out.
Rising.
That's the sign right there for me to get out here, get some of this native soil and put it in these containers.
You got to mix it. You want it to stay get soft.
Planner didn't mix his.
Put a little leaves in.
I'm making my
I didn't
banana.
mix. No,
I'm soaking my banana skins to make some liquid fertilizer. So I'm gonna
I
straight it
got
off and put them in some bottles now.
all right, guys.
Planner,
So, hey.
Planner.
Mhm.
I gotta mix my native soil with something.
Well, if you using the compost, I will say mix it with soil. But if you're using the soil, you could use it just like that. If you're using compost, like some people go to the store and buy that compost in the bag, I'll say mix that.
But the black cow stuff.
If you're using black coal, you could mix that with some soil. But if you're using regular soil, you could just go at it with the regular soil.
Lydia, are you not using the chicken stuff yet? Have you been breaking
I
down
got
your
some.
chicken?
I have some of that too. I
Okay.
have that mixed in soil out there where the sweet potatoes were.
Okay.
So I got that. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna start. I'm gonna make it do what it do. See what happens.
Okay.
And this is not for my herbs. I ain't taking no chance with the herbs. With herbs, I can't go like planner because I need that 200.
Yeah, we need the 200. I already claimed the money, so I got to make sure it comes in my
Okay.
hand.
Yeah, I gotta
But,
try to work on these goats. I gotta start building this fence. I gotta get ready for them. I gotta make a home for them. So I gotta get ready, and I'm gonna build my fence with pallets.
okay.
That's gonna be the cheapest way, free.
All right, guys. Have a
All
blessed
right.
day.
Take care,
Remember,
planter.
Look at
the 25th is your next update with the
Boy, you gonna see
25th
nothing but
of
dirt,
this
but go
month.
ahead.
All right.
You're gonna see nothing but nothing because it's not even germinated yet. But yeah,
Really?
It's
it's
gonna
fine.
be soil.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. You just keep your update. If it ain't germinated in, you still got till June to get everything going. All
That's
right.
what I was thinking, Teach.
All right, guys. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Have a blessed day.
All
I'm gonna
right.
wind it down too because it's almost 11 o'clock and I gotta get me to Costco and get my
Okay,
stuff.
Urban. I'll see y'all later. Lydia, y'all
I'll
take care.
see you later. I'll
Family.
see you in I guess a chat tonight. I guess is the chat on
Yes,
tonight?
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. I'll be on it.
Okay, I'll see you later
You'll
on.
be
And
there.
Lydia,
You'll
thanks for
be
coming up. David, thanks for coming up. And Planter Garden,
there.
everybody in
Thank
the
you.
chat, please grow
Have a
some
great
food.
morning. Happy Saturday to
Happy
everyone.
Saturday to
And
you as well.
be
Everybody in the
productive.
bushes, everybody in the live, everybody in the panel, grow you some food.
Yeah. I look, nosebleeds. Hello, how y'all doing? I wanted to know was Cuzzo going live tomorrow, but I'm gonna go check.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know if Broke's going, but maybe I have to pop in tomorrow, even though that's my day off. But I'll pop in if he goes live tomorrow. I have
all
to
right.
make a few days of exceptions to pop in. But
I'll see
and
you
then
again.
I'll see you soon, Lydia. We'll see you in these streets.
All right.
I'll see you on TT. I'll see you on
Thank you,
TTs, right? You'll
everybody.
be
I
on
couldn't see
TTs.
the chat, but I want everybody to have a great day. I did see Nikki earlier. How y'all doing? Take care, y'all.
Okay.
Happy Saturday to everyone.
Happy Saturday. You don't need
All right.
all these products to grow food, like Planter said. Just take the dirt and the seeds. That's all you need, guys. That's all you have to do.
I'm
And
about to
don't
start my little winter stuff like Nikki did today, right now. I'm about
in
to
the
put on
milk jugs. That's all you gotta do, guys. So grow you some
I'm
food.
going out here in my house clothes. Just like I was on live.
do whatever you gotta do.
Do what I
Question: Are
gotta
you a
do.
competitor or affected Planter 2020? Well, it's too late to compete, D macro, but people can still grow the herbs just for their own
You can still
personal
motivate. You can still
motivate.
motivate.
Yeah, personal motivation. Because trust me. Oh, Renaissance Grandma is tonight at 8 p.m.
Yes,
I'm not
yes.
sure if the chat is on tonight, but usually they're on about 6 or 7 p.m. Eastern time. And then TT's Urban Pantry, if you want to know about canning, I think it's
Yes.
9 p.m. She's usually on late,
Yep.
like late in the
Yeah,
night.
she do late night candy. She gonna be doing cowboy candy.
And if you miss it today, it doesn't matter. She does a series of canning and she always has a different recipe. So if you want to can and you want to be, live with people canning, you just can while they're canning too, late in the night.
Yeah.
And do
I'll
your
be at
thing.
work tonight, y'all. So I'll be in the bushes.
Okay, take care, everybody. Have a blessed rest of your weekend. I will see you. Remember, next week we're talking about some stuff maybe some more heavy stuff. So just be prepared. If you're not really comfortable, then you go somewhere else if you're not comfortable. But there's a lot going on to dissect, so we'll talk about that. Make sure you put your updates for the WIG 2022. I've seen a few. I've been kind of tardy, but I put up a short. I will get my updates edited hopefully this weekend to get them up. Please check out each other's channels. They have, I think Gina planted her brassicas outside. I watched that this morning. Some other people had some updates. Just watch each other's videos. I'll see you in these streets. And if Broke is going live tomorrow, check out Broke Farmer. He may be going live. I think it's every other week, so I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, the chat is tonight. Okay, so there's quite a few things to watch, and every time I have to laugh because Nikki went on Wind Down Wednesday and showed cow coochie. Like every time I need a good laugh, I just envision cow coochie. Oh God! All right, guys, have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week. Remember, be kind to yourself and be kind to others. No cow coochie, Nikki. No cow coochie.